What's up, guys? My name's Hunter. I'm just here to record and talk about Project Hail Mary. I'm playing Marvel Rivals while I record, so maybe I'll have gameplay in the background. Maybe I'll end up putting some clips from like the trailers and such. Um, Not sure yet. But this is just kind of a yap session. There will be spoilers, so this is your spoiler warning. There will be spoilers for Project Hail Mary. I'm going to be talking about all of it. Just whatever I feel like talking about. Because it was really, really good. And I don't think that anybody should go without knowing that it's really good. The thing I'll start with is that you owe it to yourself to see this movie. It is fantastic from start to finish. There was never a time where I was bored or where I was waiting for something to happen and it didn't, where I felt underwhelmed. It was just great the whole time, and I loved it a lot. A lot more than I thought I would. You've got geniuses behind it. You have Lord and Miller, absolutely fantastic filmmakers. Most people know them from the Spider-Verse films now. You had Amy Pascal as the producer, once again, Spider-Verse producer. And you had the same composer. Oh, it's terrible. I can't think of his name right now. You had the same composer as Spider-Verse as well. So if you're a fan of Spider-Verse movies, most people are, like people like myself. Like, I'm a big Spider-Verse fan. You're gonna like this movie. It's another movie in this new trend of pop culture being more optimistic as compared to maybe the 2010s where movies are bleak and not colorless but have less color and are a little sadder in terms of plot points and outcomes. I'm just going to come out and say it. The movie's fantastic. If you enjoy movies, you owe it to yourself to go see this movie. It is visually stunning. My mouth was open the whole time. My jaw was on the floor from start to finish. I was so amazed with the visuals. And it's not just style, though. It's not just style. The writing is amazing. The music is fantastic. Daniel Pemberton is amazing at his job. Everybody who worked on that movie was amazing at their job. I was reading the movie didn't use any green or blue screen throughout the whole film. Obviously, there's visual effects, but no green screen, no blue screen. And Rocky, the alien companion, is a puppet, kind of Jim Henson style, not CGI. There are times where his movements are CGI or CGI assisted, but he is practical. A lot of the film is practical. The entire spaceship set is a practical set. That's like, those aren't computer generated sets, which is absolutely crazy. I didn't read the book, I will come out and say, but I've heard that it is incredibly accurate to the book, which would make sense because usually if something's good enough to get a film adaptation, if instead of changing it, you just accurately adapt the source material, it's usually pretty good. The colors looked beautiful. I'm so sick of gray and doled out films like everybody. I just talk like a fucking film Twitter user, but I really am so tired of these washed out films that just look hideous and make you kind of sad to look at. But having something that just makes you smile, I was smiling the entire film. All 2 hours and 36 minutes, I had the biggest smile on my face. There was a time, the scene where Dr. Grace gets on top of the ship when him and Rocky have concocted the plan to test and see what's going on Adrian, the planet that they found by the sun called, what was it, Tau City? Tau Ceti? They go to that sun, they find a planet near it, and they're trying to figure out what's going on over there that's making the astrophage not eat Tau Ceti, the star. And so they get over there. Dr. Grace gets on top of the ship with the thing to see the astrophage. The film switches from seeing this beautiful green scenery of this planet to the red of all the astrophage flying by, and he's like inside the Petrov line with the to catch all the samples of the astrophage. It is so beautiful. I There was literal words in my mind. Like, in my mind, I told myself, I said, "This is why I go to the movie theater. Like, this is why I watch movies." It was beautiful. It was so good, and the visionaries behind it, whoever was able to put those specific images on screen, taking it from the ideas in the book to being able to really put that out there into something we can look at, was just so amazing. It was so amazing. There was so many parts in this movie where I was like, wow, Like this is fantastic. I had no issue with the movie. Like I'm trying to think of a fair critique. I can't really. Yeah, no, I can't. I've been trying. I've been trying to be a little more fair with it because I was so wowed. It's been a couple days now. I saw it. I went to the Amazon Prime early screening on Wednesday. I'm recording this on Friday. So I've had a couple days to think on it. I do need to watch it again though, and I am going to go watch it again on Monday, but I'm working through the weekend, so I won't be watching it until Monday. I'm going to watch it again and see if anything changes, but as of now, I might consider it perfect. It was so good. Ryan Gosling's fantastic. I mean, everybody knows he's a fantastic actor, but his performance in this movie just sold the character of Ryland Grace so well. So well. And the chemistry that he had with Rocky and the chemistry Rocky had with him was it was like what's the word, palpable? People use the word palpable. It's like you can really feel it, tangible even. It was tangible, like it felt so real. And you know when Rocky is willing to sacrifice himself to save Dr. Grace and he drags him to the med bay and the lights are flashing red and you can barely see what's going on, but you can see the ashes coming off of Rocky through the darkness and through the flashing lights. It's visceral. It's like in a lot of movies where they do like a hospital scene where it's like flashing between consciousness and out of consciousness, which is I'm assuming what they were going for there. But with the space station setting in the red, just made it so intense and so gut wrenching that like when when Ryland Grace wakes up, you really don't know if Rocky made it or not. You're pretty sure Rocky died, and then we get the call back to well the Arids, I think it's the Aridians. The Aridians they watch each other sleep. The Aridians watch each other sleep, and Ryan Gosling's character, Dr. Grace, says that he'll watch him sleep for as long as it takes. And that got some genuine tears out of me because I really thought that Rocky was dead there. But Rocky turning out to not be dead did not damage the way I felt about the movie or my emotional investment in the movie at all. It didn't change how I felt about the movie one bit. I was relieved. I felt like I just got a call that my my friend who was in the hospital, God forbid, my friend that's been in the hospital in a coma just woke up and everything's okay now. Like I felt like genuinely relieved because that moment where he tells him I'll wait for you as long as it takes was gut wrenching. The performance and the music, just the way that everything comes together. I can't pick out a certain moment in that scene that stood out more than the other, not because they're all boring, but because they are all fantastic. So you have like this beautiful scene where you think you've lost a friend, and then the feeling of joy, oh my God, it was euphoric realizing that he was still alive because we never were told how long Iridians sleep for. That was a thing in the beginning where he talked about them sleeping, but he never said how long they sleep for. So it was like it was very worrisome. And then and they do a Rocky fake out death twice, kind of, but it doesn't feel like annoying. Fake out deaths a lot of times people have problems with them because they're annoying or they can hurt the stakes of the movie. But I never felt like the stakes were lowered or that there was no risk involved or that like I never felt uninvested. I was invested in the movie the whole time. Nothing broke that, including Rocky's second fake out death, which was less of a fake out death and more of the final. I would call it the final step in Ryland Grace's arc throughout the movie, other than like the ending of him deciding that maybe he doesn't want to go back to Earth. But that's his step. That's his final step into like being a brave person and rising to the cause, rising to the challenge of him. He's stealing his heart to the idea that he's not going to return home, even though he could. He very much could return home, but the only friend in the entire universe that he's made that's treated him how he's wanted to be treated him with respect, and has felt like an equal to him, will die. And so he makes the choice to, in his mind, leave everything he knows and certainly sentence himself to death just to go save the one being he can truly consider a friend after he was essentially betrayed on Earth and forced to go on a rocket ship. And that moment kind of finishing his arc of becoming brave. Even I think the real final moment is when Rocky calls him brave. But now that I'm thinking about it, I've only seen it once. Now I'm thinking about it, Rocky might call him brave in their goodbye before he turns around to go save him. So I think this is like the real moment where and I think Rocky telling him that he's brave helped him do this as well. And so he goes, he saves Rocky, and him reuniting with Rocky and realizing that it's going to be okay and that Rocky's going to be okay is so, makes you so happy. Him sending the details of, not just the details, but everything that Earth needs to survive now. It's fantastic watching. Oh, that's terrible. I can't remember the female doctor's name. You know who I'm talking about. If you've seen the film, you know who I'm talking about. I need to watch it again. I apologize. But seeing her, it's almost like a bittersweet smile, like a tearful smile. Watching his tapes and his instructions on how to save Earth, he did it. He really proved himself to be someone that even he didn't think he could be, and that honestly, I'm not sure everybody thought he could be, but they figured that he was their best option. Other than Carl. Carl said he knows he can do it. But it was so good. So, so good. I loved when I was watching the movie as it started. Once we got the first two flashbacks where we kind of set up that Ryland Grace is a school teacher who had a failed theory um, about that water is not necessary for life across the universe, which is something I want to get into in a second. His theory that water is not essential for life across the universe, and it was a failed theory, and now he wants another chance to prove himself, which isn't something he was actively seeking out. He was fine with teaching, but 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 when he was offered, he did take the opportunity. He was kind of forced to, but he did, and he seemed to enjoy it. He goes and he kind of does his first kind of messing around with the astrophage. That's that's where you kind of that's where I kind of was like, man, I wonder if this is like a rise to the cause kind of story, something where he's gonna become brave, even as an ordinary shit, where he's gonna become brave even as an ordinary man. He's just gonna be someone that rises up to the challenge. Everyone loves those stories. They're popular for a reason. But so, and that's what happened. And I was really excited because I really wanted the movie to be about bravery. I love when movies are about bravery and just standing up even when you're scared or when you feel like you can't do it. So that made me really, really happy. And the themes of friendship as well and camaraderie and just having support with him and Rocky was fantastic. And what you'll do for friendship and what you'll do with because of a bond that you've made. The fact that Dr. Grace was willing to die just to go save Rocky because he knew Rocky had people waiting at home for him while he didn't. And that ended up resulting in a new home where people were there for him, specifically Rocky, was great. And coming back to the water thing, the whole water can't, or life in the universe can't survive without water. That was the whole reason they brought him on the project, was because they suspected, because they had no idea, they had no way to see inside of the astrophage at first. So when Dr. Grace in the beginning is working on the astrophage, he finally is able to look at it through a microscope after a little while, and it turns out that it is comprised of water, therefore disproving his theory again. So he was obviously upset by this, and his ego was hurt. He freaks out, he starts smashing things, the music cuts, it goes silent, which is another thing. The movie uses silence very well, but I'm not gonna get off track. He goes silent, he's upset, and you juxtapose that with the end of the movie where he's living on a beach. He's asking to change the water temperature a little bit. He likes to be on the water, and yeah, he just lives on the beach. The the literal embodiment that he was wrong, and that what he did, the time that he spent doing that was almost wasted, and it's like he doesn't even care anymore because he has friends, he has other important things now. He's proud of his teaching now, which was really his only passion left on Earth, from at least what I gathered on my first watch. And I thought that was really powerful, him being able to live there with this giant, almost mockery of his old theories right in his face, and he didn't have a care in the world about it, which is fantastic. I loved it. So overall, I thought the movie was great. Maybe I'll post this, maybe I will not. We'll see. This is it's really just a yap session about a movie I thought was too good to not yap about. Maybe I'll film more on this video tomorrow. I do need to go to bed soon. I have work in the morning and I have to go to the gym. Quick life update. I am dropping out of college, but not to be a bum. I or start a business, so like a failed business. I'm gonna cut that. I am going to firefighter training starting in August. So I'll be finishing my semester first, get my college credits, and I do plan on going back at some point just to get my bachelor's because usually, even fire jobs, I was reading about it, you get a pay bump with a bachelor's. So I will probably go back for my bachelor's. I'm over 50% done with both of my bachelor's. I was pursuing both a bachelor's in fashion design and a bachelor's in marketing. So I will have at least one bachelor. I'm over 50% done with both of them, according to DegreeWorks. But I really just wanted to log on and talk about Project Hail Mary, and maybe I'll talk about what it means to me at some point. I'll write a little script and do a video about what it means to me. But I do want to wait for it to come out, probably in home formats, so I can get better footage for the video, and I can continuously reference it as I write the video and as I speak. I think it'd be better because I couldn't even remember the female doctor's name. I still can't. But yeah, so just a little yap session. Thanks for listening. Once again, my name's Hunter Chapdelaine. I think on YouTube my name is BeeLowMee. So my name is BeeLowMee. Feel free to comment how you feel about my take on Project Hail Mary. What else? I don't know. I'm just gonna close it with you should 1000% go see Project Hail Mary on the biggest screen you can in the best format you can. I saw it in IMAX. I'm going to see it in Dolby. Was it Dolby Atmos? Dolby. I'm going to see it in Dolby on Monday, and I'll probably watch it at least one more time. But AMC tickets aren't cheap. They're like, I went with my girlfriend. It was like $40 just for ticket. No, it was like 38. It's almost $40 just for tickets, which is kind of pricey. I usually go to MJR, and their screens aren't the best, but you can get tickets for like $5. So I'll probably see it again in like standard format too, but the movie's too beautiful to only watch in like standard digital format. But what else do I have to say about the movie before I go? The movie makes you want to stand up and do something. The movie makes you want to be better than you are right now and um, kind of head towards who you could be. The movie makes you want to push yourself, and I love movies like that. But But yeah, I'll leave the rest for what the for my video about what the movie means to me. I probably will make that just because I am feeling really passionate about this movie. And I don't know. Let me know if there's anything else I should watch. Or I'm not like a big movie buff. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to be like a cinephile. Like I'm not. I haven't seen a lot of movies. I watch like a lot of MCU films, and I'm kind of a normie with movies. But this movie's really, really good, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't like it for like cool points. It's really good. It's really well made, and yeah. So before I get off on another tangent, I'm gonna end this now. What time is it? Nope. I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm gonna end this now. Peace out. Thanks for watching.